TMZ published an article this week.
Hey, tea sippers. Hey, tea sippers. Oh, I'm kind of tired. It's just constantly it's something. Constantly something. Whew, Lord. Hey, Janet. Did you finish listening to see which one of Big U's sons it was? Cause I had said it in the upload. Hey, Willie. Hey, Samantha. Oh my goodness. So for my Mo 3 sector, let me switch this up. For my Mo 3 sector, got word from the pickle lady at Big T Bazaar. I saw that she had a couple of days ago that Mo 3's first manager, Stubberline, had passed away. And based off of what the pickle lady had said, posted, he had been in the hospital for a little bit. So I'm going to send it up for Stubberline. He a North Dallas OG. Where did it go? Let me take it off for Hi, D'Angelo. Tyler, do you sing like D'Angelo? I want some of your brown sugar. Let me give it up for Stubberline. Why I keep doing this? I can't stand when it do this. Yeah, he was Mo 3 manager in the beginning. Now, what happened to him, I don't know. I don't know why. I remember once I saw that the pickle girl had him, knew him. Yeah. I don't know if he had any internal, like, kidney issues. But I don't know. But I do know he was in the hospital and they was wanting him to pull through, come on through. And she had made mention that she had went out to see him while he was in the hospital. I got her too. Hold on. I said, oh, okay. Yeah, when I saw him with her, I kind of saw him like differently because there would have been a slight interaction some time ago before Mo 3 passed. And so shout out to the pickle, Glorious Gherkins, Pickles, and Big T Bazaar. I don't quite know how. Well, she knows him because one of her pickles, OG Lean, is named after him. So for the ones who was real close to Stubberline, go in commemoration of him. Go get you some of her OG Lean pickles that had been named after him. Okay, so shout out to him. Long live Mo3, and condolences to Stubbleine and his family. I saw that. I'm gonna be nice. What's her name? Sky. I saw an old picture of them together. Ooh, Sko wasn't lying. She used to be a little old roly-poly thing, wasn't she? I don't know why I didn't realize she was short. Well, he tall. He real tall. So, shout out to the pickle lady. She has had a OG lean named after Stubbleine for a while. They go way back. She did visit him in the hospital. So condolences to his family and his friends and his artists. And I think Sko was cool with him as well back in the day. If memory serves me correctly, that's how Sko met Mo3 long time ago when he was under Stubbleine. So shout out to all the rap industry in the DFW area, north, south, east, west. It appeared that Stubbleine got around. So meaning that everybody from all parts of Dallas was cool with Stubbleine. So shout out to him. I pray his soul God keep. Condolences to all his family, friends, and loved ones. Okay? Long live Mo3. Okay, so let's get to Donnie boy. Donnie boy. Oh yeah, I ain't gonna show that picture. Girl. Why is let me say this about y'all boy P. Diddy. He ain't gonna act right. He already in there making friends, making deals, everything. And they talking about him like he not gonna be. He may not be in them Epstein files, but he dang sure done dirty business. I don't know if he in there or not. I'm apt to think that he is. With Weinstein and Trump and Epstein. But Donald Trump is he's just constantly being exposed. I don't know why they played with some of the people that they played with, knowing good and dang well people know him and know his dirt. And at this point, they are not holding it back for him. Which one is Bombshell? One of these guys it's over here. Which one is it? 9 minutes. Got mad because somebody called him out. Come on, let's go on in. We're going to go on in. We going in on Trump. Player from the Himalaya. How y'all like them braids? Yeah, I know a sister had to lay that hair down for him. We know this. We know a sister braid that hair down for him. Ha! I saw him with braids and I hollered. Y'all do know that, right? I hollered. He getting busted. Erica Kurt getting busted. JD Vance getting busted. Diddy gonna get busted. What's that lady? Teresa. Her husband, housewife in New Jersey. Her husband said, "Oh, Diddy be all right long as he in there breaking bread." Ooh, hold on. I'm trying to get to it because it's finna go out over here. Epstein. Let me hear this one.
Natural Reader AI voice generator is the easiest way to create high-quality voiceover audio for YouTube.
Did you know the sun is over 1.3 million times bigger than Earth? ghoul of the garbage week is J.D. Vance.
Brad, who is your Halloween garbage person of the week?
My Halloween ghoul of the garbage week is J.D. Vance for really hoping that his wife abandons her religion. Here is a headline from People magazine, so you know it's real. You know that it like made its way into what your mom's talking about. J.D. Vance admits he wants wife Usha, who was raised Hindu, to quote be somehow moved by Christianity. Asked about this kind of stuff.
Oh, this about him. That ain't what I want. I need that one when I go in on that other girl. Hold on. Why am I having a hard time finding it? It's over here. But this is about to go out.
Hello everybody, David Schuster here. We just get another reminder that the mainstream corporate media is having a lot of trouble navigating the Jeffrey Epstein scandal. On this day, allegations about Donald Trump derailed a debate on MSNBC and caused one of the hosts to panic. It started when guest Seth Moulton, the House Democrat from Massachusetts, was asked to spell out his party's most effective message.
The Democrats are here to help working people in
Here
America,
it is.
and Republicans are here to protect the
Here it is. I need it over here.
Mainstream corporate media is having a lot of trouble navigating the Jeffrey Epstein scandal. On this day,
How y'all like them
allegations about Donald
braids?
Trump derailed a debate on MSNBC and caused one of the hosts to panic. It started when guest Seth Moulton, the House Democrat from Massachusetts, was asked to spell out his party's most effective message.
The Democrats are here to help working people in America, and Republicans are here to protect the billionaire class. And just what you see time and again from this White House, you know, if you're a criminal, you're going to buy your way to freedom with Trump. If you are one of the people like him who took advantage of young girls with Jeffrey Epstein, then we're going to sort of make that go
looking
away.
at him like,
fundamentally,
what?
Speaker
Did
John,
he say that? Did he say that out loud?
are here to help working people in America.
Did he say it out
And
loud?
caused one of the hosts to panic. It started when guest Seth Moulton, the House Democrat from Massachusetts, was asked to spell out his party's most effective message.
The Democrats are here to help working people in America, and Republicans are here to protect the billionaire class. And just what you see time and again from this White House, you know, if you're a criminal, you're going to buy your way to freedom with Trump.
Oh,
if
my.
you are one of the people like him who took advantage of young girls with Jeffrey Epstein, then we're going to sort of make that go away. I mean, fundamentally, Speaker Johnson...
We don't have evidence that he took advantage of young
Are they
girls with
looking
Jeffrey
like-
Epstein.
Right.
Right,
Just
right.
common sense be damned.
I'm not saying common sense be down. Girls with Jeffrey Epstein.
Right. Buy your way to freedom with Trump. If you are one of the people like him who took advantage of young girls with Jeffrey Epstein, then we're going to sort of make that go away. I mean, fundamentally, Speaker Johnson...
We don't have evidence that he took advantage of young girls with Jeffrey Epstein.
Right.
He said right,
Common
right,
sense
right.
be damned.
I'm not saying common sense be damned. I'm saying facts. Let's look at the facts.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Did y'all see that smirk? Did y'all see that smirk? Oh my goodness.
Be damned.
Common sense be damned. Baby, this is the smirk of all smirks. He said, oh, so really? I mean, surely. I mean, what? And he tried to hold up aid for the people in need, and you think we finna continue? Oh, hell to the no. And he like, whoa. You I love it. I love it. Let's go. Clown is, that's why he got that. Look at, he got his pimp braids on. Pimp braids on. Yeah. Yeah. Trump got his pimp braids on. Oh, I wish I could have got his whole head in this little right here. But Trump got his pimp braids on. Hell you mean. Ha! It's the weekend, baby. Let's go. Woo, he got his pimp braids on. Yes, indeed. Let's go.
Well,
Speaker Johnson
we don't have evidence that he took advantage of young girls with Jeffrey Epstein.
Right. Just common sense be damned.
I'm not saying common sense be damned. I'm saying facts. Let's look at the facts. I mean,
We have facts.
Files.
Yes.
He's obviously in the Epstein files, and the reason that
Over 600
fundamentally Speaker
times.
Johnson has us on vacation is because he does not want to seat the newly elected Democratic representative.
Right, but you said
from
he took
Arizona.
advantage of young girls. You have absolutely no evidence of that.
Yes, we do.
I think it's pretty obvious that that's what's
You
going
think it's
on
pretty
here.
obvious?
I do.
Hell yeah.
And I think it's obvious too. Donald Trump and Jeffrey Epstein were close friends.
Oh my
for
God, how
15
funny.
years. Journalist Michael Wolff interviewed Epstein repeatedly
Absolutely.
and said Epstein showed off
Common
several
sense be
lewd
damned.
Trump photographs.
I remember very vividly 3 of them. There
Three.
are 2 in which Trump is, the girls, topless girls, are sitting on Trump's lap.
And he rubbed
And then a
and they
third in
rubbed
which
him
he
one
has
out.
a stain on the front of his pants.
Yes.
And the girls are kind of pointing at it, sort of bent over, laughing.
The Bessie, the Hefferlat. Yeah.
A few weeks ago, Attorney General Pimp
She said, I don't see nothing wrong with a little bump and grind. Yeah, she grinding. Katie Johnson. Hello. Yes. Oh, and then that list, I hadn't showed y'all yet. I was holding it. Of the ones that he was bribed about. I didn't show y'all that bribe list. Epstein bribe list to Trump. Her name is on it. There is no dollar amount. I think he paid her off. Let me see. Yeah, I got a list for Trump. Bribe list. Sure do. Surely do. Let me get up here to it. And Katie Johnson name is sure enough on there. I think she number 1, 10 mil. Okay, but there we go. But this is what he paid. Let me see what it say. I saw it earlier today when I was in here. Am I under my name? Oh yeah, here we go. Let me take it off of here. Yeah. There's a whole list. Trump paid to silence victims through his lawyer. So Katie's now she was 13. Whenever this came out, it said pending. Kelly, y'all see there's a boy on there, right? He was 11. The amount he got paid, unknown. Rebecca, 2 boys, Charles. Is that a Michael? Oh yeah, so he into boys. Y'all see that? Y'all see that with y'all good eye? Yes. Katie name was on here. She was 13. Kelly was 12. Michael was 10. Maria 12, Charles was 11, Rebecca 13, and Kevin was 11. Okay. Let me close this up. Hold on. It was something else I saw. Hold on. Since I'm over here. Katie video of her SA is on the internet. Oh, okay. Somebody say Katie's video of her assault. Her is on the internet, but she dropped the case because of threats. Yeah, I remember that. That's why he brought Elon Musk in to erase the files. Oh, okay. It was something else I saw today, I think. Hold on before I get back over there. It's a bunch of weird stuff. Yeah, he's into boys. What is that he established? What is this one about? I don't remember. Oh, that's Wendy. Wendy selling human meat. They grind it up too. But that ain't what I'm looking for. I'm so glad I don't eat meat no more. I eat plant-based. Y'all saw his party? He had that hooker shit going on at his party. Halloween party. He ain't learned nothing. He ain't gonna act right just like Diddy ain't gonna act right. They said it was a Hunger Game. Is it the Hunger Game? Girls all in yeah, look. He ain't gonna act right. But I saw something with a little boy. She all up in the cup. Come on, drink me up. Slurp me up, daddy. Yeah, they had that hooker bait stuff going on last night. Halloween. Trick or treat. Which one are you? She got up in that big old glass and she said, I guess I'm the treat. I guess. I don't know. But no, it's something else that's over here because it was a little boy. Oh, yeah, right here. I know I saw it. Now, it said PDF filer Jimmy Seville. Who is he? Let me see. Future Prime Minister said that there was no evidence against him. Oh, yeah, he had little boys and everything in front of him. I don't want to play the music, though. Hold on, let me find a picture of the little boy in front of him. We're victims of Jimmy.
And he'd be putting his fingers inside of me.
Oh, Lord.
And that was so painful.
Oh.
The only woman we could find that had played any part in his life was his mother.
He put his fingers in his mama?
Really became attached to him, and he became attached to mother.
When she died, you sat with her for 5 days. You sat with her for a long time. So it did happen.
Not really, no. It's not really in the macabre sense. It was in the good fun sense.
Good fun sense. Good fun sense. Victims.
Look at that. That is supposed to be me, Naz. What did I ever do to you that you would draw that picture of me?
Everything.
Super times for all. No danger about. In fact, let me tell you, if you don't work in hospital, you really are missing something. In fact, you're missing everything.
Now we've even got.
Is that who that movie was about? Silence of the Lamb?
That bastard excused Jimmy Savile. He's the one who signed off and said there wasn't enough evidence. That bastard is going to be the prime minister. So a guy who literally, who signed off and said not enough evidence of the man what we now know, Sir Jimmy Savile, who raped 500, while being greeted by the Queen and, BBC covering. Keir Starmer, is this acceptable? I'll tell you what, I'd rather die in the fight than bow to that crap.
The blood is on the table, the mouths are choking.
Oh, wow. This is something that they into. This is just something that they into. It's some type of, I mean, oh, it.
You can kick rocks if you don't like how I talk. I'm gonna keep on.
Hold on. So boom, it said boom. Putin chilling warning to Rothschild. Our future generation will be born without a Rothschild chain around their wrists and ankles. And a statement about the news. Mr. Putin said his country is finally free from the icy grip of the Rothschilds banking cartel and New World Order cabal. I said, oh, so Putin was up under that spell with the Rothschilds too? Oh, he said he done broke the chain. So he bought into it at some point. Y'all see that? He called it the Rothschild banking cartel. They are a whole Rico. They are a whole political organized crime. Do y'all understand? Here go. Look at here, y'all. Look at this one. Look at this one. I wonder did what's his name? Did Charlie Kirk know what was going on? This one here. Son of pastor who is part of Charlie Kirk's Turning Point USA religious outreach arm. Y'all, do y'all understand all of these perverted men? They all in this shit together. They be excusing it. Hold on. Y'all see that? Peter Nell has been arrested, for possession of over 2,000 Indiana Lieutenant Governor and Pastor Michael Bedwood. It's a whole ring. And then so what happens is they come up with these non-profit tax exempt pedos. milking the government. And Lord, guess who was in a MAGA lunatic? Dr. Phil has lost his bankruptcy trial and forced to liquidate his trashy media. This so low. Oh, that's my okay. He broke too. All these MAGA, they broke. So that's why y'all on board with all of this sabotage and stealing. What did this girl say? Oh yeah, she fooling around. Okay, so let me get back over here. Okay. Did y'all get all of that? Huh? Okay. Okay. There's some freaky deaky stuff going on. I don't think they like them braids. They like who? AunTeaFee. We can't get down with Trump with no braids. We need, yep, that's him with some braids. He pimping, ain't he? He big pimping. He big pimping. Yeah, he gets braids. Come on, let's get back over here. That's why he all up under old girl. Let's go.
Somebody was asked about the existence of these photographs in the Epstein files, and she refused to issue a denial.
There's been public.
The girls are kind of pointing at it, sort of bent over, laughing.
A few weeks ago, Attorney General Pam Bondi was asked about the existence of these photographs in the Epstein files, and she refused to issue a denial.
There's been public reporting that Jeffrey Epstein showed people photos of President Trump with half-naked young women. Do you know if the FBI found those photographs in their search of Jeffrey Epstein's safe or premises or otherwise? Have you seen any such thing?
You know, Senator Whitehouse, you sit here and make salacious remarks, once again trying to slander President Trump left and right.
That was not a no. Bondi could have said, I have not seen such photographs, or no such evidence exists. Now, back to MSNBC. The cable channel's corporate owners could be sanctioned and face regulatory challenges if Donald Trump sees something he doesn't like. And amidst Congressman Moulton's claim that Donald Trump took advantage of young girls, MSNBC host Joe Scarborough tried to tamp this down by seeking help from a reporting colleague.
So that's what's going on.
You think it's pretty obvious?
Oh, this was funny.
And I think it's pretty obvious to the Republicans.
John Lemire, any reporting on this?
Well, we know that he's friends with Epstein. We know the birthday card was in there. I mean, he has not been accused of any wrongdoing.
No.
I think that's the point you're trying to make. But also, certainly here, we know that Speaker Johnson has kept the House out of session, in large part to not seat the woman, the Congresswoman-elect from Arizona, who would provide the decisive votes to release more material. So, yeah, certainly that would be, any association further.
They
want to laugh at him so bad.
That Virginia Giuffre wrote, said she never saw him around
That's
there.
her.
I'm not doing his bidding. I'm just saying there's enough things to talk about Donald Trump without talking about what's not been proved.
The bottom line is that his administration, whether they're protecting Trump or whoever else, they protect people who can buy their way to the White House.
Joe Scarborough, though, was still steamed. I guess
hot as hell. Was he hot? He was hot. Than a firecracker.
She never saw him around there. And I'm not.
It was more than one young girl that accused him. Oh, hold up, AunTeaFee, huh? I gotta. Oh, okay. Let me correct myself. It was more than one girl and boy. That daddy, nasty, funky, dump Donald Trump was fucking around with minors. The oldest, 13. The youngest, 11. He has said his age limit was 12. He went below it on a little boy. So, sir, I know he your friend. Virginia was lucky not to have been touched by him. But there was about 6 or 7 or 8 others. And yes, indeed, we have their names. Half was girls and half was boys. That he gave a little bit of hush money to say, shh, fly and don't bother me. And please don't say my name too loud. So you can get mad all you want. You can say, please don't say that about Donald Trump. But his name is mentioned in files from other people other than Virginia. And the government is on lockdown because your nasty ass partner was fucking around with kids. Yeah. Boys and girls. Hello. Him hot. Him hot. Open your eyes. You can open your eyes.
Reporting colleague.
So that's what's
You
going
think
on
it's pretty
here.
obvious?
Pretty obvious. Yeah.
And I think it's pretty obvious to the Republicans.
John
to the
Lemire,
Republican
any
Party.
reporting on this?
Well, we know that he's friends with Epstein. We know the birthday card was in there. I mean, he's not.
You said and you're reporting on
I
it?
think that's the point you're trying to make. But also, certainly here, we know that Speaker Johnson has kept the House out of session, in large part to not seat the woman, the Congresswoman-elect from Arizona, who would provide the decisive votes to release more material. So, yeah, certainly that would be, any association with further embarrassment.
The book that Virginia Giuffre wrote said she never saw him around there. And I'm not doing his bidding. I'm just saying there's enough things to talk about Donald Trump without talking about what's not been
The bottom line is that his administration, whether they're protecting Trump or whoever else,
He said, you reporting on this?
who can buy their way
Oh, they finna panic, baby.
to the White House.
Joe Scarborough, though, was
Oh,
still
that panic is
steamed.
on. He said,
A
you
guest
reporting
had
on this?
gone on his program and set off a bomb that claimed that Trump took advantage of young girls. The allegation on a morning cable news show could have infuriated Donald Trump and
You
gotten
missed the
MSNBC
list.
into a legal fight with the Trump administration.
There's enough to talk about Donald Trump, without making that assumption. If you want to make that assumption,
Look here. Are you playing with kids yourself? Because you are in defense. You don't even want to look up at these people. You look guilty too. Now you stumbling over your words. I'm not. Yes, you are. You might want to shut up for it slip out your mouth. Cause AunTeaFee is listening with her good ear, and I will catch you quickly. Y'all better tell him I'ma catch you slipping. Let's go. Stumbling
Into a legal fight
over
with the
your
Trump
words.
administration.
Yeah.
there's enough to talk about Donald Trump, without making that assumption. If you want to make that assumption, you can do that on the floor, the House floor.
Now we're gonna do it here.
If you have documents on it, then I'm sure the American people want to see that. Let's talk about ships being blown up off the coast of Venezuela.
A quick change of subject, indeed. To be fair to Joe Scarborough, who I used to work with in life,
Oh my
he and his
God.
colleagues are literally caught between the proverbial rock and a
Yeah,
hard place.
they caught that.
If they air out the full Epstein allegations against Donald Trump, as many of us have done in columns and on streaming channels, MSNBC would gain the respect
they
of
should do.
journalists and people who are closely following the Epstein scandal.
They should do.
However, it would also put MSNBC out on a limb compared to other corporate media.
Oh, she a
And
vampire, ain't
Trump
she?
might lash out and decide to try to make life difficult for MSNBC's corporate owners. And as we've seen with settlements paid out by the owners of ABC News and CBS News, even when the Trump claims about defamation have no merit, the corporate media, for
Finds
business
it.
and regulatory reasons, well, they tend to settle. So I appreciate
They
Joe
be
Scarborough's
finding.
frustrations and anxieties. However, the awkward position that the mainstream media finds itself in with the Trump-Epstein files is not about to go away. Eventually, the government shutdown will end, Congresswoman-elect Adelita Grijalva will get sworn in, and there will be 218 signatures to force a House vote on releasing all the Epstein files. One of the signatures is from Georgia Republican Marjorie Taylor Greene.
Everyone that voted for Trump Vance, everyone was like, release the Epstein files.
Right.
This is not even an argument. It's not even debatable. It's not being a traitor to the president to sign my name on a Thomas Massey discharge petition to release the Epstein files. No. I am staying true to what we've always said. There needs to be transparency.
And many other Republicans are convinced, thanks to the allegations about lewd Trump photographs and the sidestepping testimony of Pam Bondi, that the Epstein files will prove to be explosive. So to get out in front of the damage that's coming, several Republicans are preparing to vote to release all the Epstein files and have told Democrats that the margins will be overwhelming.
What a Republican told me, he told me that when that vote happens, it's going to be what they call a, quote, jailbreak.
Right.
He said you will see over 100 Republican members vote for it.
Wow.
Because they know that their constituents are demanding it. So it's all coming out.
And when it all does come out,
When
few
it's all
Republicans think
said
they'll be able
and
to survive
done,
an election year.
everybody you think ain't gonna vote for you gonna sign on the dotted line. You not gonna cost me my seat, cause your ass is gone anyway. They are going to impeach you, and you know it. That's why you're trying to be so destructive ahead of time. That's why you trying to put the United States of America on punishment for not moving on when you threw a bone over there. You threw it over there, so you thought we was gonna follow it. Ooh, no, not this time. Forget that bone. Give us the files. We want to see your name and whoever else name is up in there with yours. We ain't falling for it. We will overcome. But before that, we want them files. We gonna sit it out with you. You better go and lay your head down and don't wake up. That's the only thing that's gonna save you this time. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. They have already started turning on you. Even the Supreme Court. You was too fucking arrogant. Hello? Yes. They gonna vote to see it. They gonna want to see the files. Hell, probably right now, if they voted with the people that they have, you'd be surprised who would now vote against you on the cool. Let's go. Sick of you.
The margins will be overwhelming.
What a Republican told me, he told me that when that vote happens, it's going to be what they call a quote jailbreak.
Right.
He said you will see over 100 Republican members vote for it.
Wow.
Because they know
Absolutely.
that their constituents are demanding it. So it's all coming out.
And when it all does come out, few Republicans think they will be able to survive an election year if they are seen as being a Trump protector or defender. For the corporate mainstream media, the equation, though, is different. The bet is that the public will not punish news organizations that are last to report on the Trump Epstein photographs and evidence. And while detailing the materials now could be described as investigative journalism, the cable and broadcast channels believe the safer path at this moment is to sit back. Trump's wrath can be brutal. And as we all know, the cable and broadcast news industry is first and foremost a business. By the way, the Trump administration's prosecutor in the James Comey and Letitia James cases has made another string of mistakes. Lindsay Halligan now faces ethics sanctions for disclosing secret grand jury material to a reporter.
Yep.
Anna Lindsay Halligan here in the subhead of this. This is from Lawfare, published on Monday. My signal exchange with the interim U.S. attorney about the Letitia James grand jury.
It's not just problematic; it's a crime. She could get locked up for that. And again, it's a sign of her inexperience. She was an insurance lawyer when she indicted James Comey. That was her 5th day on the job, the 5th day she'd ever been a prosecutor. So she literally does not know what she's doing.
And then you call a reporter, you send a reporter, you give a reporter a paper trail of you asking questions that you supposed to already know, wanting evidence that you supposed to already have. Why, oh why in the heck did you file to indict somebody if you did not have the evidence in hand? So what did you read or see to file? Every last one of y'all a fraud. Every last one of y'all are fraudulent. He don't have no policies. He just as you go. He makeshift. Yeah. You makeshift. You messed it up. The best thing that you had the last time with your heist was your kids and son-in-law. You don't have them now, so you picking any and everybody that was a part of your trafficking. You getting folk that used to be strippers and contestants and all that crazy type shit. You act like you had hired Lawrence. What's his name? Lawrence that used to play that had an essay. He wasn't even supposed to be around you. Ain't he a convicted felon? Hell, ain't you one too? That bro man said, oh hell no. Man, what you doing? What's his name? Ain't his name Lawrence? Used to play football on any given Sunday. Yeah, he just fraud, man. This guy gonna sit up here and call and text this news reporter and ask her for information, and after she done held a whole damn text conversation, she said, oh yeah, this is confidential. Oh, the hell it is. You were supposed to say, don't say nothing to nobody before you started texting, boo-boo. I already forwarded that over to a whole bunch of people saying, look at this retarded ass woman. Boo, just as soon as you sent it to her, she had forwarded all of that to somebody else, and they was laughing at your ass. Let's go.
Now faces ethics sanctions for disclosing secret grand jury material to a reporter.
Here it is, Anna. Lindsay Halligan here in the subhead of this.
Hey.
This from Lawfare, published on Monday. My signal exchange with the interim U.S. attorney about the Letitia James grand jury.
It's not just problematic, it's a crime. She could get locked up for that. And again, it's a sign of her inexperience. She was an insurance lawyer. When she indicted James Comey, that was her 5th day on the job, the 5th day she'd ever been a prosecutor. So she literally...
And you let him talk you into it. Yeah, on the job training. To file charges on 2 very experienced individuals. Very experienced. As if they wasn't gonna do their due diligence on you with a fine-tooth comb. I mean, extremely technical. Yeah. I'm laughing at that one, baby, because I know how it is when you start getting extremely technical when somebody, supposed to be all of that and then some, and then you want to come for me, so you want to rumble with the beef. Okay, let's go. Okay, let's go. And imagine the lawsuits that's going to come after theirs is dropped. Oh, y'all. Oh, my God. I can't believe that they just let him talk them into this. Did y'all not do y'all due diligence on his last cabinet? Hell, they still going to prison. Okay, but carry on with y'all dumb asses.
For that. And again, it's a sign of her inexperience. She was an insurance lawyer. When she indicted James Comey, that was her 5th day on the job. The 5th day she'd ever been a prosecutor. So she literally does not know what she's doing.
Check out that video at the link below. It generated a lot of comments on YouTube. One of the most popular is from Chuck, who wrote, to be fair, Trump did say that smart people don't like him. So, of course, he surrounds himself with morons.
Smart people don't like him. So that means everybody that he have is dumb. That pretty much sums it up. What else I got? Good. Baby, it's funny to me. Yeah, earlier I was in, I was teary-eyed and, we was talking to President Obama, even when I was gonna shut down, I couldn't shut down because he had us unified. But baby, I'm laughing at their asses tonight. Yeah, I had empathy for everybody. I wanted us all to get along earlier, baby, because that's what President Obama was putting out. We can do it. We shall overcome. We are in this together. We are, baby. It's us. We have to stand against the Antichrist. I know that's what he wanted to say. Oh, I'm going to go ahead and say, hold on. He said, oh, here go, what is this? Trump get a catastrophic news. Layoff happens. Yeah, and these are the people. Hold on. I'm going out of order.
Imagine being able to build.
Oh, he getting bad news.
Just by thinking about it.
And then I saw over there, it was a fight at his party.
AI creation platform made for anyone with an
He
idea.
had a fight at his party.
Strongest human being that I know.
Everybody laughing at him.
He is the strongest human being that I know. I mean, he can wear me out, and I tell you, I've got plenty of energy, and he just works and works and works.
Here you have the Quinnipiac poll showing him at 38%, Reuters 35%, The Economist 37%, AP 36%, CNBC 42%. That's his economic approval rating.
But wait, Fox News said because hamburger helper sales were going up, the economy was booming.
Got breaking news this.
Who said what?
Percent. That's his economic approval rating.
But wait, Fox News said because hamburger helper sales were going up, the economy was booming.
Hamburger helper?
This morning, massive.
Who said what?
Going up, the economy was booming.
Got breaking news this morning, massive.
Percent. That's his economic approval rating.
But wait, Fox News said because hamburger helper sales were going up, the economy was booming.
Got breaking news this morning, massive job cuts at Amazon. Overnight, the company announcing it'll eliminate approximately 14,000 roles.
Wow.
This is the largest corporate layoff of the year, one of the largest in Amazon's history. NBC senior business correspondent Christine Romans joins us now. Christine, this may be preview of coming attractions. The AI boom is real, and it's meaning a lot of jobs are going away.
There is a sense, as this is dragged on, and
Do y'all remember the other day I said that AI is going to take a folk job? And somebody came in my comment section and tried to tell me I didn't. And although I went and showed them what it said, that it was going to take jobs and create them, Janet, didn't I say that to whoever that was? Whoever came in there saying AI is not taking anybody's jobs. Dumb, silly rabbit. Tricks are for kids. I tried to tell you, little whoever you was.
NBC
That
senior
made
business
that up.
correspondent
No, they
Christine Romans
didn't.
joins us now. Christine, this may be preview of coming attractions. The AI boom is real, and it's meaning a lot of jobs are going away.
there is a sense, as this is dragged on, and as the real world consequences begin to pile up, they can read polls too. Some aides have told me in the last couple of days.
So this is why he was trying to say no quarterly job reporting. I mean, if do an executive order, so you do it yearly, yearly. That way, nobody would know if the if the job rates are going up or down yearly. But what? No, quarterly. Yeah. So we'll know that again. What you campaigned on, you failed.
Anxiety starting to build that he is going to take more and more of the blame here because he does seem so detached. Focusing on foreign policy, that's one thing. The White House ballroom is entirely another. And there's a sense these are bad storylines for him.
Trump inherited Biden's
Hamburger helper.
economy that was growing and getting stronger from COVID and all the effects of COVID. Well, according to the Copsey letter, these
Do y'all
are
see this?
just the most recent layoff announcements for corporations in the United States. UPS, 48,000 employees. Amazon, up to 30,000 employees.
Y'all see this?
24,000 employees. Nestle.
See, now I got to cuss him out. If y'all don't want to hear AunTeaFee cuss, you may want to leave. Yeah, for a minute. Yeah, come on back. Hit the like button. Yeah. Because you have the fucking audacity to create this type shit. And then try to cut Medicaid, Medicare, food stamps, whatever else you cut. After you caused all of this. So you don't want them to have, and then you go and y'all close it out. So people can't get unemployment. They can't get no assistance. They can't. So where they finna get a job? Where they gonna get a job? So they can't get no food stamps. They can't get nothing. And then you're going to say people are taking advantage, baby, because if you think all of this is just black people, you crazy as hell, dummy. That's why you walking around with a whole catheter attached to your leg because you was using the bathroom on yourself. And your ass was, you didn't even feel it. So I know that your brain is mush. You still hitting the golf course like you don't know that you don't wet your pants and shit. And you causing people to lose their jobs. You're just evil-hearted. You evil. Okay, y'all can come on back now. That's all you gonna give him? Yeah. Obama had me in my feelings earlier today. Let's go. That's all I'm gonna give him.
Employees. Intel 24,000 employees, Nestle 16,000 employees, Accenture 11,000 employees, Ford 11,000 employees,
This is sad.
Novo Nordisk 9,000 employees, Microsoft 7,000 employees.
Now, is this supposed to be DEI?
5,600 employees, Salesforce 4,000 employees, Paramount 2,000 employees, Target 1,800 employees, Kroger 1,000 employees, Applied Materials 1,444 employees, Meta 600 employees. And this is, of course, in addition to the thousands upon thousands of federal employees that Trump has already fired or is planning on firing. That amount of people being laid off in this country at a time where it's already hard to find jobs, at a time Amazon says that a lot of the layoffs have to do because they are already having AI used instead of people in certain jobs. So Trump, with his tariff war and with his...
Das ist der koreanische Ingwer-Trick, der mir geholfen hat, 47 Kilo in 2 Monaten zu verlieren. Zum ersten Mal seit 7 Jahren.
Inability to pay attention to what's happening with AI, to try to help workers with AI. Instead, what we are seeing are mass layoffs. Bernie Sanders has already come out and said, we need to be paying attention to what is happening with AI, with people losing their jobs. But instead,
stop hiring humans. Stop hiring humans. Billboards across the country are promoting the replacement of millions of jobs with AI and robotics. See, this is why I didn't want to fool with AI. I didn't want to fool with it. But YouTube kind of started pushing it. I ain't want to fool with that stuff.
Their jobs. But instead, Trump is going around and hurting our trade alliances with Canada. Can't even make a...
Is there an AI president? Elon, whoever. Can y'all temporarily do an AI president? Since y'all want to replace our jobs, hell, replace his while he's in office. Can y'all do that? That's equal opportunity, ain't it? Yeah, replace him. Some craziest crap ever.
Deal with Japan. I mean, these are trading partners that we've had for years and years and years. And instead, you go to Canada, as I did a few months ago, and you see the buy Canadian, how little people there want to buy American, which frankly, I am not surprised about because of the way Trump has been treating them. But at the end of the day, this hurts American companies. It's kind of also like what he's doing with beef, wanting the Argentinian beef farmers to get help because that helps the Argentina economy, which he seems to want to do to help prop up the right-wing leader there in order perhaps for his oligarch friends, hurting the farmers here in the United States as his tariffs are hurting the farmers here in the United States. And then let's talk about the things like the SNAP benefits. SNAP benefits are due to expire November 1st, and we are talking about millions of dollars lost, and that money goes straight into the economy. When people buy groceries, it goes to places like Target. It goes to places like Kroger. It goes right back into the economy.
It's so bizarre here in this wealthiest country in the world. We have enough food, we have enough money, we have enough programs to end childhood hunger and to use feeding kids as a weapon, going back and
I ain't gonna say just kids, everybody, kids, old folk, all of that. They did away with Meals on Wheels, right? I mean, huh?
Yes. You know, Billy and I have been traveling all over the country talking to governors and mayors in the states themselves, and Republicans, Democrats, Independents, they all agree that you know, we should feed our kids. There's no reason not to do that, and to have the feds getting in the way of this thing it's talk about bizarre. It certainly is.
These families are making these decisions right now, and when they see that the Capitol is absent, when the president hasn't been in the Oval Office for a week, the question is, well, what is happening here to solve this? And that is what I hope the American people see, this abdication of leadership, especially by Speaker Johnson. I mean, no one has worked harder to stand in the way of American people getting relief when it comes to health care than Speaker Johnson. Shame on him for putting his own job and his own job security ahead of the needs of 40 million people when it comes to SNAP, in the face of 20-some million people when it comes to health care. Shame on him.
And obviously he would dispute that. He says that they've done their jobs. It's time for the Senate to do theirs. Obviously, we'll see how this plays out.
He says that as they've been out for 40 days. So I think the American people see what that stands for.
Yeah.
You know what is doing just fine? The stock market. The stock market, the S&P is reaching new heights. So just like that big, awful bill that was passed, which created the largest disparity in wealth in modern history, we are seeing that play out in real time, where working Americans are getting laid off or losing their SNAP benefits while the stock market is soaring. Fact is, though, the people who are making a lot of money from the stock markets, they don't go and put that back into the American economy. They often let it sit there and grow. So it doesn't help the American economy as much as those same SNAP benefits. This is why the Reagan economics, stopping the trickle down, his theory that trickle down economics was going to help, backfired so spectacularly, because middle class people put the money, or working class people put money back into the economy, but the ultra rich just don't, because frankly, there's not enough to buy.
In the near term, risks to inflation are tilted to the upside and risks to employment to the downside. A challenging situation. There is no risk-free path for policy as we navigate this tension between our employment and inflation goals. Our framework calls for us to take a balanced approach in promoting both sides of our dual mandate. Job gains have slowed significantly since earlier in the year. A good part of the slowing likely reflects a decline in the growth of the labor force due to lower immigration and labor force participation, though labor demand has clearly softened as well. Although official employment data for September are delayed, available evidence suggests that both layoffs and hiring remain low, and that both households' perceptions of job availability and firms' perceptions of hiring difficulty continue to decline. In this less dynamic and somewhat softer labor market, the downside risks to employment appear to have risen in recent months.
We're going to go back to the way it used to be. When we announce good news, the stock markets are going to go up, and that's the way it should be. And we're going to really ride that very hard. And when we announce good news, we're not going to have a Fed that's going to raise interest rates because they're worried about inflation in 3 years from now or something. When we announce good news, we want the stock market to go up, not to go down.
Love this video? Support independent media and unlock exclusive content, ad-free videos, and custom.
So y'all just gonna lie. Hold on. Y'all come on. I'm over an hour, so y'all know I'm finna start shutting it down.
All right. For historical reasons, Democrats should be set up
this
for
is the
a very good
I gotta
midterm.
watch him.
Typically, when one party takes the White House, in the immediate midterms 2 years later, the other party takes a bunch of seats back, sometimes control of the House, sometimes control of the Senate. We are now in a situation where it may be the case that Trump and MAGA are facing disaster. There is new polling data. CNN sort of summed it up.
Let's take a little bit of a listen to this.
All right, we've got an off-year election 2 weeks from today. We've got midterms 1 year and 2 weeks away, and members of both parties looking for any sign as to who may be gaining momentum. CNN chief data analyst Harry Etten is here, and I have to say, some new polling just out was really eye-popping.
It was shocking to me, John, and it comes down to party identification. Do you identify as a Democrat or as a Republican? And traditionally speaking, this is a metric that has been quite telling of elections, and we'll get into that a little bit. Party ID margin, Dem versus Republicans. Specifically, I'm talking about Gallup. Back in Q1 of 2025, it was a tie. Look at how much Democrats have gained on this metric, according to Gallup. Their latest metric, Democrats are ahead by 7 points. That is a 7-point movement to the left. I looked at some other pollsters as well to see if there was similar movement. Among Quinnipiac, it was +1 Republican. And you can see, again, movement to the left. Democrats +3. You know, last year, going into the 2024 presidential election, that was the rare time in which Republicans actually held a lead in Gallup's party ID measure. That Republican lead is no more. Adios, amigos, eliminated. Now Democrats ahead by 7 points, at least according to Gallup.
And this is when pollsters call and ask you for your party. Basically, this is self-reporting of what party you're in, and now you're seeing this 7-point swing in what people are saying in this.
So listen, this alone doesn't spell disaster for Republicans. And you have to remember, the baseline is this should be a bad midterm for Republicans. But this could be a disastrous midterm for Republicans. Farmers are turning on Trump. Nobody's buying that prices are declining because prices are actually going up. How much a president even controls that is a different story. It doesn't matter. Trump said he would control it, and he hasn't controlled it. But the thing I keep coming back to is that if Republicans come to believe, if Trump comes to believe that he and they are facing certain disaster, I don't believe that they will easily allow this process to take place in something as quaint as a fair election as what we might want. Now, I am not saying the stuff like from Nathan Taylor's interview about statistical analysis. I'm just saying we know the playbook for voter suppression. It's intimidation, it's deregistering voters, it's at the House level redistricting, which they're doing, reducing early voting hours, reducing the number of precincts. We know all of the stuff. And there is no way in hell listen, look at how much progress they've made on Project 2025. Look at all of these different areas in which they're, by their standards, making progress on this dystopian vision. There's no way they're just going to go, oh, it's not looking good for us. All right, I guess we just lose. There's no way that they're going to do it. Especially when Trump is now obsessed with legacy. Legacy depends on having the House on his side. If they lose the House, he loses control of the purse strings. That would be a disaster. So we need to be prepared, as I always say. Mark Elias at the Elias Law Group is working on this stuff. There's lots of other great activists working on this stuff. But we've got to be ready. Because if what CNN is pointing out here plays out in the way that it might, just a massive party ID shift away from Republicans and towards Democrats, this could be one of the worst midterms in decades for the party that just won the White House. And Trump and Republicans are simply not going to allow that to happen. I want to do my free way to help ask today. There is a concerted campaign to destroy our podcast ranking on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. Please just give us a rating. It's literally just 5 stars on Spotify, 5 stars on Apple. It helps so much. We want to push that back up. It makes a massive difference in the discoverability of the show. There is a concerted effort right now meant to downrate 1 star a lot of left-leaning shows. So this costs nothing. My ask of you today is leave us a 5-star rating on Spotify. Leave us a 5-star rating on Apple Podcasts. We've got a phenomenal bonus show for you today. We'll talk about what's going on.
Hold on. Y'all get the likes up, please. reason proven. Yeah, that approval rate done dropped. I don't know what he thought. He had a secret mark party. Where is old boy? Okay, let's go.
If you need full dentures but can't deal with the endless expensive dentist visits, you need to see this. I used to hide my mouth every time I laughed.
Federal sex crimes probe, according to emails and Donald Trump's dark past continues to surface. There's nothing he could do with this government shutdown to try to hide it. There are some investigative journalists who are doing incredible work. This new report, an explosive new investigation by Jason Leopold and others at Bloomberg,
leaking.
They've uncovered previously undisclosed details about an 18-month money laundering investigation into Jeffrey Epstein that took place alongside the 2007 federal sex crimes probe, according to emails and documents that Bloomberg obtained from Epstein's personal Yahoo account and sources familiar. Now, how could this all be connected with Donald Trump? Well, we are aware from that 18,000 email trove from a prior report by Bloomberg back in September of 2025, there was this email, August 23rd, 2007, from Ghislaine Maxwell to Jeffrey Epstein's Yahoo G project at yahoo.com. She writes, you have to assume they, meaning the feds and state investigators, you have to assume they went to Donald Trump, then Gossman, the docs in WPB, Pascal, etc. G. Now, who is Gossman? Gossman is Abe Gossman. Gossman sold Donald Trump the West Palm Beach, WPB, West Palm Beach property in 2004 that Jeffrey Epstein introduced Donald Trump to. Epstein told Donald Trump that he wanted to buy that property in 2004. Who is Gossman? Gossman is Abe Gossman.
Is he talking about the house that we was at the other day?
You have to assume they went to Donald Trump, then Gossman.
Thank you for the flowers and floating hearts.
Pascal, etc. G. Now, who is Gossman? Gossman is Abe Gossman. Gossman sold Donald Trump the West Palm Beach, WPB, West Palm Beach property in 2004 that Jeffrey Epstein introduced Donald Trump to. Epstein told Donald Trump that he wanted to buy that property in 2004. Then at a foreclosure auction, Donald Trump bought it from Gossman's people from underneath Epstein for like $40 million. And then a few years later, Donald Trump sold it to a Russian oligarch for like twice, almost 3 times as much. I mean, Trump sold it, I think, for like $90 million. And it's curious that Ghislaine is linking Trump and Gossman. And one of the issues about the falling out between Epstein and Donald Trump that many speculated, Michael Wolff, Trump's biographer, speculated about this. And you had, at least according to Wolff, this is something that Epstein had told him, that Epstein was in a fight with Donald Trump over Epstein making accusations. Hey, how'd you flip this house so quickly with this Russian oligarch? When I was going to buy this for $35 million, you screwed me out of all of this money. And one of the things that Epstein had always wondered is arising out of a financial crimes investigation or arising out of the investigation into Epstein as well that led to the 2007-2008 federal investigation and the non-prosecution agreement that Epstein signed is who was telling on Epstein. And Epstein always wondered, because of all the stuff that Trump knew and their friendships and what they all did together, is it possible that Trump was one of the people who was actually telling the FBI because Trump was worried that Epstein was going to talk about the curious and speculative, bizarre nature, or question marks, we'll just say, surrounding the purchase of that property from Gotham.
No, we're not going to do that. No, sir. No, sir. No, sir. Trump did not have Wolf said that Epstein said that he knew matter-of-factly of Trump's financials and that he was broke and that he did not have even that 40K or 45K or however much he paid, that he outbidded Epstein for because he knew his financials. So that meant that he was embezzling. Yeah. So he threatened to expose him because he knew that he did not have that money. So where did the money come from? Yeah, don't say he think. No, he knew that Trump had dropped the dime on him. Absolutely, because he threatened him, and he threatened him with running for presidency. Yeah. Yeah. Let's call it out, right? Let's go.
And then the sale to the Russian oligarch that netted a huge amount of money for Donald Trump right here. You all know by now Julie Brown. She's been on the Midas Touch podcast. She was on this Epstein beat, broke a lot of stories. She talks about this Bloomberg piece. She goes, great story about how Florida prosecutors let Epstein off the hook, not only for abusing children, but also for possible financial crimes. While we knew they were investigating money laundering back in 2007, details of this part of their investigation had been scant. These emails show that Epstein was sweating it out. And also from this Jason Leopold investigation, we've seen, and from the New York Times work as well, that they were able to get their hands on court documents this past week detailing the scope of the 2007 investigation. Here, for example, is Bear Stearns' internal record about a subpoena it received. And it talks about how on August 27, 2007, members of the firm's litigation departments spoke with United States attorneys. And it talks about how Bear Stearns received a grand jury subpoena from the United States District Court for the Southern District of Florida. August 15, 2007, the subpoena sought all documents referring or relating to Jeffrey Epstein from January 1st, 2001 to the present. Additionally, the
I believe it's our rights too, Tim.
Records maintained at the firm.
That's why he didn't want to show his tax
what we're hearing as
tax
well,
records.
At least the actual day-to-day prosecutors of that office, the ones who would have reported to the United States attorney at that time, Alex Acosta at that time, they thought that there was enough in the financial crimes to go after Epstein, but Alex Acosta, who ended up becoming a United States attorney, or rather Alex Acosta, who was the United States attorney, who led the Department of Labor under the first Trump administration, never prosecuted that either, in addition to entering into the sweetheart deal. And then the Oversight Dems posted, new reporting directly contradicts what Alex Acosta told our committee recently at the deposition. We must get the truth and facts about Acosta's investigation into Epstein's financial crimes. Ranking member Robert Garcia says it's now clear that former United States Attorney Alex Acosta may have misled Congress.
They are lies.
It's not very long. Only slightly longer than the National Mall and one.
Because Acosta never admitted that his office was so intimately involved with an investigation into Epstein's financial network. And of course, we know now Attorney General Bondi is actively concealing details of an investigation into not just the Epstein's files, but the Epstein finances that are likely in that investigation as well, and the potential financial crimes, the financial links that were there. And this is just a question. What's Donald Trump trying to hide with these financial connections? Is he trying to hide anything? These are the answers that we need to know. And is this what's in the Epstein files as well? in addition to the other stuff. Let's bring in Harry Lippman from the Talking Feds YouTube channel, Talking Feds podcast, and Talking Feds Substack. Whoa.
Look at that pimp with them braids. He got his pimp braids on. Yeah.
Harry, they say follow the money, and oftentimes the answers to these are money related also, and Epstein's network, financial network, with very questionable aspects of who's funding this guy, how this guy with really no financial background become this financial advisor to all of these people, and how to even make his money. No one even understood. Is that what's in the files that's also protecting rich and powerful men that Trump wants hidden, and maybe Trump's own involvement there too? What do you make of all of this, Harry?
So true. And, follow the money. I think they buried the money. So, Ben, we're in 2007, and that's what really matters. It matters in a few different respects. The first is the deal that Alex Acosta provided Epstein at the time was sweetheart deal, would understate it. Just a, Valentine Day smooch sweetheart deal. He basically got hardly any time in jail, and the rest was subject, anything growing out of the crimes. And I presume, or I think it's, that was how Epstein operated in life. So money laundering offenses would be covered by an overall agreement and release that said, anything growing out of those crimes, we won't prosecute. It just couldn't have been cushier for Epstein. And obviously he had to have been aware at the time, and now we learn, given this revelation, that almost certainly Acosta and the office, knew what an even ultra sweetheart deal they were giving him. That's one point about 2007. The other, this is a little bit more speculative, but Donald Trump, 2007. He doesn't give a shit about, sexual offenses. That's part of his swagger. This is Access Hollywood Donald Trump, who boasts about his gross treatment of women. So to me, it screams off the page that Ghislaine Maxwell is advising Epstein that when you're talking about money laundering, they're going to go talk to, first name mentioned, Donald Trump. Why is that? They're not going to go to talk to Donald Trump because they want to find out about all your conduct with, underage girls. That's going to eventually come out and has been the big scandal here. This is about money and money laundering, and Ghislaine Maxwell's first point is they're going to go talk to Donald Trump. Get your mind around that and what it says about her, and she's his, absolute right-hand person. Her sense of Trump's role, including in potentially some kind of financial shenanigans. So the reason, by the way, that we had the subsequent prosecutions is it turned out that the Acosta sweetheart deal only was good in Florida, and it was even connected to the Florida state authorities. But so at the time, they were thinking they were settling it all, and then there's these when the deal transpires. But then there's these what about follow the money? And Ghislaine Maxwell says, who are they talking to? So this has been in a way such a subject of intrigue. What is it? It's obvious. All the things that he's just skated his way through, this is the one that he fears above all. And we've speculated, is there some, you mentioned Michael Wolff. I think Wolff talks about possible pictures of Trump with young girls on his lap, maybe. But here's a whole intriguing other side of things. Is there, within these files that are being withheld from the American people, evidence of other sorts of crimes that Trump doesn't want to come out. I'm a prosecutor, and I believe in beyond a reasonable doubt before you charge. So I'm not alleging it here. That's what evidence and proof is about. But I am alleging a earnest effort by the White House, abetted by Mike Johnson and the House, that are keeping close so they don't have to swear in a person who would give the pivotal vote to releasing these files to the American people. So I am saying in earnest, they are really squirrely about not wanting this stuff to come out. Why is it, given the brazenness of Trump's past conduct, that he's been by and large unapologetic for?
I go right to this Abe Gossman property because there may be more, but we know that there's an email from Ghislaine Maxwell now in 2007 that says Trump Gossman WPB documents. Okay, let's use our common sense and our lawyer skills. So you've got that. So you go, who's Gossman? Oh, Abe Gossman, what's the relationship? Oh, he's the guy who was supposed to sell his home to Epstein, but then sold it to Donald Trump for $40 million. Well,
so Wolf been on point the whole time.
Oh, he sold it to a Russian oligarch 2 or 3 years later. How much did he sell it for? Okay, if he sold it for 52 million, that could say good deal. You made $12 million.
Did he pay taxes on that money?
Maybe added something to it to make $13 million.
That was a profit.
More. That's within the realm of believability. Okay, maybe he sold it.
That's
for
why he went out the
$15 profit super quick like that off a property like that. What'd you do? I don't know. Maybe you came up with some new something great. Wait a minute. You sold it just a few years later for $95 million. 95. What'd you do to it?
Trump
Nothing. Well, he did a little bit of painting. So you're telling me that he bought the house for $40, sold it a few years later for $95. Who'd he sell? Who would do such a deal? Rybalov, one of Putin's guys, like a Russian oligarch. Well, that's certainly odd. Well, then what did he do with it? Did the Russian guy, live in there and love it and cherish it? No, a few years later he demolished it. Oh, that doesn't make much sense. So what I'd want to see, I could ask the questions. I'd want to see in the file, did Abe Gossman get money back from Donald Trump? And I don't know, but
did he file taxes?
There, I don't know. Did Epstein get any money from this, from going away? I have no clue one way or the other, but I'd want to see it. That stuff could be in the files. What did Donald Trump do with this property? Did Donald Trump speak at all with the FBI regarding Epstein at all? Are there witness interviews at all regarding
the lights ain't went up. I'm finna get ready to go.
You believe, certainly Ghislaine and Epstein thought that the FBI could be talking with Donald Trump. So are we going to see witness statements? Is he mentioned as a CI or not? Let me be very clear. I don't have these answers, but if you were to think about, and I'm giving you as a lawyer who represented lots of people in the back in my past, what would someone like Trump be worried about? What would my clients potentially be fearful of coming? Stuff like that. It would be on their top of their mind, where they would say, I don't want people to know that I was talking to, I don't know this or that. So I could go through that analysis. I don't know the outcome. I want to be very clear. I don't know. But I'm a lawyer and I've represented people, and these are the types of things that I think could be going down. Harry, give you the final word.
Great. Look, you raised a point that I don't think I'd thought of, and most people hadn't either. We've been thinking that Trump really wants to avoid revelations having to do with possible sexual misconduct. And now we've also raised, and this is a pretty straightforward implication, involvement with money laundering or with Epstein and money. And I will again second your point, seconding mine, that this is just kind of speculative talk about that goes to not Trump is a criminal, but rather goes to why we all need to see the documents. But you've raised a third point I hadn't thought of. he might be a witness. So the 302s, which are the FBI reports that are coming out, may include witness Donald Trump doing all kinds of stuff, maybe lies, but showing himself to be a stool pigeon and the like. And that's a third different kind of embarrassment that these, 300,000 pages or whatever might include.
Oh, wow.
Everybody subscribe to the talking. Come on. Come on.
On top of him talking to the attorney, the females attorneys, and giving information and details to prosecute for the civil trial. Yeah. Trump dirty. I mean, he dirty for real. Yeah, Ivanka better get her kids away from Papa. He can only visit in front of... No. Oh, no. Absolutely not. These people know that my child would never stay with him. Oh, that one is too long. Let's hit just the beginning. Yeah, cause
I don't even know who thought of getting me this, but it's genius. It's 2025, and some people are still using battery lights, burning through a pile of batteries every month. Total waste of money. Look at this instead. A smart.
About that Kash Patel, the FBI director.
all their asses in trouble.
Week in federal courthouses across the country in the United States.
Look at they smirks, boy.
This week and
just look. Baby, they are laughing at Trump. The whole town's laughing at you. Silly fool. How'd you think you's gonna pull it off?
And in general, as the Trump regime's attacks on law and order, attacks against the world with tariffs against the world, we're going to come to this a moment, Michael Popak, where we're going to have to deal with
the Supreme
Court's hearing about Donald Trump's invading these blue states and blue cities. We're finally going to get rulings, I think, coming down the pipeline very soon. We have the oral argument before the United States Supreme Court on Donald Trump's trade war against the world, where he claims all of these emergency powers. And, we're going to see what happens now, as well as federal courts have ruled against Donald Trump's claim that he's not able to utilize the Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program's contingency fund, and Trump's regime wanted to starve Americans.
Said, I have plans for that money.
Saying, we absolutely cannot give this money. Our legal opinions say we're frozen with these funds. And multiple federal judges said, what the hell are you talking?
Put the money back that you stole, nickel. Put it back. Yes. You don't have it. Oh, you loaned it out. Who gave you permission? Oh, you didn't go through the proper channels. Oh, so when you said that yours, oh yeah, y'all need to slap some bracelets on his arm and dog walk his ass out the White House. Yeah. Yeah. That's why somebody had to give some money back for the troops. I told y'all that by the time it was over, the U.S. was going to be totally broke. Didn't I tell y'all?
Talking about the contingency emergency fund is precisely for this emergency fund. When Trump's regime wanted to starve Americans, they had Trump and MAGA Mike saying, we absolutely cannot give this money. Our legal opinions say we're frozen with these funds. And multiple federal judges said, what the hell are you talking about? No, the contingency emergency fund is precisely for this purpose. And we should also talk about, Popak, that Kash Patel, the FBI director, I can't even believe I say that's his title.
60 billion, a million.
The FBI rank and file is pissed off at Kash, to put it mildly, Apparently, Cashlight gave away one of their big operations before they even filed the criminal complaints and or brought the indictments. And lots of people suspect the reason that Cash did that out in Michigan and leaked it to the press is because he was embroiled in his own scandal of using a $60 million taxpayer private jet, which costs about $10,000 an hour in fuel costs, to fly with his 26-year-old girlfriend from an event that she was at Penn State University back to where she lived in Nashville. And now all of the public records about this private jet, which you can usually track on a private jet public tracker because these aviation records are public, that's now gone private as well. So a lot to discuss, Michael Pope. Let's bring you in right here on this episode of Legal AF. Great to see you.
Look at them laughing.
Holding a Great Gatsby-themed Halloween party. Nobody ever died partying nobody ever died with a little bit of partying was the theme. Roaring 20s. I guess Donald Trump doesn't realize what happened in 1929. It's beyond let them eat cake. It's let them starve to death essentially right now. But that's the country we live in, I guess, Michael Popak. Not the country we want to live in. It's what we got to fight against.
Yeah, this is the Marie Antoinette moment. You got Donald Trump, who decides to spend, Huffington Post did a good analysis of this. He has spent $60 million since the beginning of January on golf trips, taxpayer dollars, including $10 million to go to Scotland to promote one of his business ventures, including $6 million the weekend when food stamps and government assistance for 42 million Americans, many of them in red states below the poverty line, are threatened with starvation because they're going to lose $350 a month on average in SNAP payments. He has his Department of Justice and his Department of Agriculture fight against making payments starting today to Americans to prevent their starvation, while he goes to Mar-a-Lago with people dressed as flappers and roaring 20s and cocktails. Think about this split screen if this was the Democrats that were doing this, playing golf, partying with this crass, a line from Leonardo DiCaprio's movie about The Great Gatsby, A Little Party Never Killed Anybody. People are dying because of the Trump administration. He's golfed. You've done a lot of great cover on this. He's golfed 30% of his days that the American people sent him to do an honest day's work as the president of the United States, and he's out golfing and rubbing elbows with his billionaire buddies. And then while the government is shut down, meaning that many Americans are suffering without the federal funds they're entitled to. 700,000 federal workers are furloughed. 700,000 federal workers are working without pay. He goes off and spends tens of millions of dollars to do a Asian swing and a second swing. He was just overseas for the Middle East in order to fix all of the damage that he's done, where China takes advantage of him once again. He announces, because it's a great deal. It was an 11 on a scale of 1 to 10. Yeah, for the Chinese, in terms of the deal that they were able to strike with Donald Trump, who everybody knows is vulnerable. So that is the backdrop as Donald Trump, not only during the shutdown, tears down the legacy of first ladies, which is the East Wing. No, that should come as no shock. We don't have a first lady. I defy anybody in MAGA world, any troll that joins us tonight, to tell me one thing that Melania Trump has done as a first lady for the American people. Name one this term. None. So she allows the tear down of the East Wing, which is dedicated to the first ladies. We now have, get this, marble and gold in the Lincoln bedroom.
Well, the first lady, hold on now. The first ladies is going to be those little girls that they traffic. Yeah, I mean, that's who he going to be intimate with, because he's a pedo. She don't want to be bothered with him. She got her own thing going on. Yeah. So the first ladies is going to be those little kids that's going to come up under that bunker. You know, they're gonna continue to traffic through the White House. Imagine once that is exposed. Oh my God. Will the cult leaders? Oh well, you know they gonna understand it. They gonna offer up. They gonna sacrifice their kids. I guess. I don't know. Allegedly, I don't know. They so brainwashed. They don't see nothing wrong with nothing he do. So I guess that's because a lot of them are SA offenders. Hell, I done showed y'all at least 3 of them for today. And Turning Point USA up in there too. Did Charlie Kirk know that?
Log cabin now has a marble and gold ensconced bathroom with American taxpayer dollars after he's already cemented over the Rose Garden. It looks like a budget motel now, Motel 6.
Like that's
as he's
even a
building
thing.
golden
Oh wow.
ballroom, jag-off room that he calls the ballroom in its place, while Americans are dying and suffering. Does he think nobody is noticing this? The polls are in the trash.
Right, that's why he brags about it every
since
time.
He got in has gone the Democrats' way.
You know, he really act like somebody who ain't used to nothing. He does not act like old money. I have been around old money, baby. I know what it look like. Listen, he does not act like old money. He act like somebody who ain't used to nothing. I promise he do. I mean, he absolutely acts like somebody who ain't used to nothing. And it blows my mind. And, oh man, listen. At some point, I would think, I don't know, I ain't never been white. Listen. I can say about myself that I ain't impressed with none of that none of that stuff I had. Listen. Something's wrong with him. I mean, he really acts like he has never had nothing and he has just come into money, and every time he do something, he has to brag about it. I don't know if it's because he was broke and he's trying to show people he has recovered. I don't know. But at his age, I would think that he would not have to show every time he does something, especially at a time where he has caused people to lose their livelihood. How many companies were laying off that came up today? Almost 20, 22. Man, this is just not good at all. Let me move on past this one because my likes ain't up. And I want to see what happened, and then I'm going to go. Hold on. We can't keep meeting up like this. I feel like I'm breaking up with y'all. Woo, baby, please. We can't keep doing it like this. And they think that that little girl, Melody, they think her mama sold her, or yeah, my God. It's just way too much going on. Hold on. Epstein Elite. Yeah, I can't show him that one. What's this other one? Oh, and Andrew. 40 Okay, let me show this one real quick since I'm on my way out.
I am currently on day 3, the last
And
day
I see why now he. Hey, Vicky.
Juice from the raw. Let's talk about how it's gone and what I've noticed throughout the process. I was
He got Did y'all see them braids on y'all president head, baby? He done went to the hood and he done got us some sister too. Baby, when I saw that picture, I hollered. Since he pimping, get the lights up if you don't want the tea to leave. I don't. But they said on this one, I mean, since they doing all this pimping, I might as well show him in some braids. Oh, he had oh Lord, I'm gonna show you the other ones. I just went on and chose the braids since big pimping. But oh, Prince, well, he not Prince no more. Mr. What is his last name? Since all his titles are gone. So listen, they said the disgraced Andy is what Virginia called him. Andy. So you went from the little girls with the Epstein. When did you start picking up prostitutes? See, I knew that you was probably a part of that grooming gang stuff. I knew just as well. And when that other man, chief of police or whatever he was, did not want to investigate it, I knew it was a scam. Hell, it sounded like Epstein done been over there for a minute. But they say 40 prostitutes to a Thailand hotel. Ordered 40 hookers. Baby, what did you take? How was you sold for 40? Or was you pimping? Was you pimping? Well, 40. A historian. Okay, let's see if it talk. I don't know if it talk. With British taxpayers paying for you to get your freak on, you nasty buzzard. Look at you. 40 taxpayers paying for it. Woo-wee. He said, out of here, get your ass up out the castle. Allegedly happened in 2001 during a taxpayer fund trade. One trip you had 40? Oh, hell. What was you taking? At your age, you know you needed some help. 40 hookers. And I saw where Thailand, sometimes they be having those, you know. King, he said all I did was have a side piece. Yeah, a side piece. Yeah. When Diana was doing whatever she was doing, I couldn't keep up with her, so I had to go get an older lady, you know, that didn't require much. Diana was she was just way too vibrant. God damn, I couldn't keep up. She talking about, oh Lord, no, hell no. Yeah. He said all I did was had a side piece. Y'all raunchy ass. You had to go get some foreign coochie. And they say that some of them are over. I saw it myself. A guy went up to some of them girls that was you know, in a park, standing there, you know, all, you know, face all made and their little dresses on and stuff. And the guy was saying that they had some problems. You know, you have to be careful in Thailand, is what he said. Yeah, Thailand. And he said, he went up to him and he said, are you male or female? And they go, female. Girl, no, they would say, girl, no boy. Yeah. At least 4 of them did that. I said, oh my God. So this first they said, girl. No boy. I said, oh, y'all better stop going over there to Thailand thinking that y'all got y'all, you know, a dime piece in hell. It's just some boy, girl. And they said, girl. And then they paused and said, boy. And laughing. Oh, hell no. Do the boys do that too? Do they be saying, I'm a dude, and then hell, when it come time to see that thing, then they tell you they're a girl? Oh, hell no. They play, no. Be like, so what is that? What is that? So that wasn't I didn't see no print. Y'all, I don't know if y'all don't know this or not, but stuff like that, I am really naive. I mean, I really am. You know, I'll get real old school with you with shit like that. I be like, that wasn't no print I saw. Now, what was that? A sock? What type of sock? A belt? What you mean a belt? A strap? So the more to the story is stop picking up shit. Just stop picking them up in parks and stuff. Hell, they'll start out telling you one thing. And when it comes time to peekaboo, let me see you. It ain't what they said it was. I would lose my mind. But anyway, let's go. So he was picking up hookers. That's why he had to go. He goes to and move. He has to get out. You have disgraced the whole royal family. Let's see what happened at the party. I saw somewhere at Trump's party last night, little scuffle. A little scuffle. Melania, did Melania put hands, feet, and toes on somebody? What happened? I'm trying to see. Come on. Yeah. 40 Thailand hookers. Baby, these men here. I just don't think you got that type of stamina. I just don't. At 80 and 90 years old. I just don't. I think you pimping. I don't believe it. But they say they got some pills out there that'll have you up like that for some days. Hold on. AunTeaFee. Oh, I wasn't supposed to say that. Come on, it was another one. Is it over here? Let me refresh. Y'all, come on. Y'all be playing with me, baby. I be coming on. We're trying to keep y'all 10 steps ahead, but y'all want to play with the slow folks. No, what? Yeah, I can't give them that one. Let me see what this one is. Can't give them that one. Where did it go? And I have an upload coming. Whoever's brought up about them robots. I was at a grocery store, and somebody had one of them robot dogs. Trump ignores Trump. Court expert. Oh, I need to watch that. I'm gonna watch that without y'all. They had one of them dogs in the grocery store. When I first saw the thing, yeah, no. I ain't down with them robots. So now they got robot dogs. And he walking this robot in the store. I thought I had uploaded it, but it's sitting waiting on me to put a title to it. Where is the fight? Something happened at Nikki thanks Trump. Now, what is Nikki praising Trump? Oh, Nigeria. I mean, y'all, they killed me. They killed me. Nikki, you can be canceled, boo. Nicki Minaj, your ass can be canceled. Believe that.
United Nations Ambassador Mike Waltz is thanking rapper Nicki Minaj for her support as President Trump opens the door for sanctions to be imposed on Nigeria. Trump says Nigeria is failing to rein in the persecution of Christians, the president announcing Friday that he would designate Nigeria, quote, a country of particular concern, a move pushed by some U.S. lawmakers.
Well, yeah, that's true, Lisa.
From President Trump, pretty lengthy, but he did post it on his Truth Social. He said Christianity is facing an existential threat in Nigeria.
It got to be hella good.
Radical Islamists are responsible for this mass slaughter.
I ain't gonna talk like that with you.
I am hereby making Nigeria a country of particular concern, but that is the least of it. When Christians or any such group is slaughtered, like is happening in Nigeria, 3,100 versus 4,476 worldwide, something must be done. I'm asking Congressman Riley Moore, together with Chairman Tom Cole, and his House Appropriations Committee to immediately look into this matter and report back to me. The United States cannot stand by.
I don't even know how to process that with him because he's already said he's not for the Christians. And then he entertained the Zions. I mean, so I know that he had that falling out with that African man. That Nikki, sit down. Cause this man right here will play in your face. Now he trying to act like he for the Christians. He's a wolf in sheep clothing. You cannot play with God. And so now I'm looking at Nicki Minaj like you got bad judgment. Or you done been paid off. Because he was mad at Africa for not allowing people to be brought over there and tortured. No, Nikki, I ain't going with you. I wanted to see what happened at that before I go. Before I let go. Yeah, it was something that happened at a party. Put them braids back up there. And it's not popping up. And I don't know why. Let me see if it's over here. At Mar-a-Lago. Boo, Nicki Minaj. Boo. I ain't going. If his heart was right, yeah, no. He wouldn't be playing with them Zionists. And he wouldn't have been playing with, I'm not a Christian. this is him, so let me. Okay, good people, I'm finna get ready to shut it down. I'm trying to find one just to see what happened at this party last night. Here you go, right here. Did we already hear?
Chief Washington correspondent and author of the new book, Retribution, Donald Trump and the Campaign That Changed America, Jonathan Karl. Jonathan, thanks so much for joining me.
Hey, thanks a lot for having me.
All right, so this book is entitled Retribution. Obviously, we're seeing the extent to which that's playing out right now. We've seen indictments against James Comey, Letitia James, John Bolton. Were these indictments surprising?
What's probably an AI bot?
Beyond that, do you think there is an extent to which Donald Trump is going to
at
any point
Mar-a-Lago
curb his thirst for vengeance as he continues to move forward in his administration?
I see no signs of curbing that thirst for vengeance, and it's not just the indictments. I mean, it's the way he's gone after the major law firms, the universities.
Yeah, he had a party last
the way
night.
That he has, both courted and threatened the tech companies. You remember when he left the White House, he was effectively a pariah. He was banned on social media. Major corporations in this country were saying that they were not doing any donations to Republicans who supported him in overturning or trying to overturn the 2020 election. And of course, he faced all those criminal indictments, the impeachments, and all of that. So his retribution is beyond DOJ. DOJ is a key part of it. Am I surprised? No. I mean, he made pretty clear this is what he wanted to do, and then he put into positions of authority people who had explicitly said that they were going to do this. You know, Kash Patel, first and foremost, as the director of the FBI.
You know, so much of the Republican brand was predicated on this idea that they were against the weaponization of government. And now not only are they okay with weaponization of government, but they're barreling ahead, to your exact point, having put people in power whose sole raison d'etre is basically to just seek vengeance against their political opponents. And so does there seem to be, in your conversations with folks you've spoken with, does there seem to be any bristling happening among folks on the right, among these Republican elected officials who, again, put so much of their brand into this idea that they were against it back when Democrats were in power?
Certainly nothing, I mean, almost nothing publicly. Privately, yes, some.
Good night, Lisa.
Mostly that it's not
I'm coming behind
political
you.
strategy. Not that it's wrong or that it's, an abuse of federal power. Really what you hear is, this is, people want us to concentrate on the economy, on crime, on the border, on the other things that Donald Trump talked on, campaigned on. I mean, the thing is, he did campaign on retribution, not just in the beginning, when he said, "I am your retribution," at that famous speech at CPAC shortly after he announced his campaign, early 2023. His first rally is at Waco, Texas, explicitly making the comparison, or I should say implicitly, but others talked about it explicitly, the comparison between what happened at Waco, Texas, with the federal showdown with the Branch Davidians, seen by the far right as a great symbol of the federal abuse of power. I mean, this is core to what he campaigned on, and you certainly don't see anybody pushing back in any significant way in his administration. One thing that did happen was when the Comey indictment came down, before it came down, when it was in the process of coming down, the leadership of the Justice Department did gently push back and and say this is not a fully baked case. We shouldn't go forward, at least not at this time. That was Pam Bondi. It was Todd Blanche, number 1 and 2 at DOJ. But Trump barreled ahead. I mean, it was because of Trump that that you now have Lizzie Halligan, the top prosecutor in one of the most important attorney's offices in the country, and leading not just the indictment of Comey, but the indictment of Tish James, and the suggestion that there are a whole list of others that it could be indicted soon as well.
Well, isn't this kind of a leopards eating faces party type situation? Because the irony of all of this is that the reason that there won't be any pushback, or any vocal pushback at least, is because those very people who are enabling this retribution tour right now know that if they do speak out, that they'll be on the receiving end of it.
Yeah, I mean, because you raise a very important point, which is the retribution, which right now we see, aimed at Tish James, also Comey. Comey, let's not forget, is a Republican, or always was a Republican. Served Republican administrations, also works with Democratic administrations, but he is a lifelong, or was a lifelong Republican. But very high on the list of enemies for Donald Trump, and explicitly placed out by Kash Patel famously in his book, are Republicans. I mean, one person that Steve Bannon has suggested recently should also be indicted is Bill Barr.
I think Bill Barr too.
That crunchy liberal Bill Barr.
Yeah, I mean, first of all, there's
I
nobody
think Bill Barr needs to be
Democrats
hit
more
too.
than Bill Barr, for God's sake. And then he
But
did,
I mean, look, he committed the cardinal sin of saying that Donald Trump's stolen election claims during the 2020 election were bullshit.
And
he did the cardinal sin of telling the truth about the 2020 election, and doing so without
Epstein
any whatsoever.
being
And that's why they
moved out of that prison jail.
Indict him.
You had spoken about a number of officials in the book who were instrumental in kind of playing a key role amid the infighting as Trump built out his administration from Mar-a-Lago. Can you talk about the role that Steve Bannon, Kevin McCarthy, and Pete Hegseth played?
Yeah, I mean, I tried to really get the behind-the-scenes version of what was actually going on after Trump re-won the White House and began the transition, mostly headquarters.
Oh, time
out of
falls back
Mar-a-Lago, which,
tonight.
by the way, is not a very big place.
Before y'all go, make sure y'all remember time falls back. Oh, wow, I forgot all about that.
It's a private club. It's not there's no office space to speak of at Mar-a-Lago. Trump has an office. That's kind of it.
I mean, if there was office space, he probably wouldn't have put boxes of classified documents in.
So they're talking about something that happened some other time. Okay, let me go. Y'all, good night. Good night, good night, good night. I'm going to go ahead and go. I've been on here over 2 hours, and this is about my third time today. So good night, good night, good night. If something pop off, y'all know I'll be back.